Good afternoon and welcome back. Okay, let's jump back into this. Let's load up our town here and let's have a look what we did here last time. Come on, load this. Okay, yeah. Last time I started adding more splines here. I think I want to continue this today and add other splines all around here. So let's start here, and there's one thing I need to fix first, because I want to finish up these houses here, then go around and finish up all of the ones on this side here, and then go over here. But one of the houses here is a bit broken. This one. And let's set this to unlit. Make this a bit slower so I can show you what's the issue here. You can see that there are walls here, or in some cases no walls, or walls just from one side, so the configuration on the inside is kind of broken. Not quite sure why it needs to recompile all the shaders at the moment, but apparently it does need to do that. So let's let it do that, but this here is not correct, so I need to fix the inside configuration here. So let's see. I want this to let's just have one wall here at the entrance and the rest of it kind of open. Even though I made a few sketches where I need to change the whole configuration of my houses, but that's why I have this blueprint, that I can work with it quite easy. So let's see, we don't need piece there, so let's go to element 3 here. Don't have anything there, so element 4. And interior data, I want to have one wall to the east. Doorway going that way, and then wall here. So let's change this here to east as well, and we should be good on this side. Now we just need to change element 7 here to a doorway, and then it should be fixed. Okay, let's check. Yep, that looks good. So now we can take this guy here. I still need to change. Let's see. It's a standard villager here. That's basically the one guy without a job in town. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to set up his visuals today. Might do that another day. But he needs a way to get to the marketplace without walking too far off. So let's copy this spline here. Because it starts right out of the door. Because I don't want him to go this way, so I want him to start here. So let's duplicate that. Let's move those start splines here. And let's go back here and delete those. Even though I want him to go a bit of a different way, so let's take this one and move it over here. Okay, let's click on this guy, and we need to set this spline there, and also I want this here as his work location, because all of them need to have a work location with the new configuration I set up last time or the time before, I'm not quite sure. Otherwise, there will be issues here. So let's simulate this and have a look. Okay, still standing around for the moment. Might not be the time for him to start doing something. Yeah, he's waiting. Okay, now it's time for him to go, so he goes here. I'm not sure why he's going back here. Okay. Could be that the time is not correct for him at the moment. I'm not sure what I set for his work time there, so it could be that he shouldn't work at that time. But he walked along the spline, that's fine for me. One thing I want to change is the time here. Not sure if I want them to wait. Here, so let's remove those weights and see if it looks okay. No, I think that's okay. It still stopped for a second, or for a small moment, but it's still fine. Looks more fluent now. Okay, she's going patrolling around here. Even though I want to change something for him, or for the guards here, because they shouldn't just randomly walk to one of the spots. They should follow specific paths along them. So to change that. Let's see, we have this one here. Get a random point. Oh, and I'm downloading 419 in the background. Because I just want to test that out. Not converting my project yet because it's not patched enough for my taste, but I want to check it out and see what we can do with it. Come on. Okay. So at the moment I'm just taking the random points here. Let's see, I do have another one. I have this patrol AI here, which sets the next nav point. And that's the one I want to do for guards. So I might need to do another check here. So basically I have something between those. So let's move this down here and add another selector. Copy this. And then let's add this decorator. That's the data in check. Add that in here and remove it from here. Then remove this one. Then patrol pass next waypoint, but I then need to check which of these we want to run. So let's add a new decorator. And let's give this a better name. Decorator, and it should test for patrol. Okay, let's have a look at this. So this is perform condition check AI. So let's override that. So let's see this. Cast that to the filter AI character. Then get the character data here. I think I can also get yeah, I can get the occupation type. Could do this, or I could just check if it's against guard. Yeah, I think that. Maybe I want to add something more to this later, and then set patrol points in a specific order and stuff like that. So let's keep it at this for the moment. Gives me an option later to check anything else here. Okay, let's also duplicate this and return false if the cast fails. Just as a precaution. Could also add a message to that. Hello, Melancholy. How are you? Could also kind of add a print out here, cast failed or something like that, but don't need that at the moment. And then we need to add this in here. So for this, we want this to be true. And here we want it to be false. So it's inverse condition. I'm fine. I was able to sleep in a bit today and enjoy holidays and weekends again. So that's a good thing. Okay, now they should set the patrol points here accordingly. Let's check that. My game is an exploration adventure game. So basically, think of an old point-and-click adventure game mixed with open-world exploration. Let's just stop this and let's jump into the game. And let's not do it here, but over here, where the game starts. Or where you jump into this world, basically. Game starts a bit earlier, but this is the way you kind of fall into the world. Literally, there, can't speak. You pick up items and walk around, talk to people. Kind of like an old school adventure game, basically. The only difference is the mostly first person, even though at the moment I still have the option to change to third person mode, but as you can see, the camera is not behaving properly, has some issues, even though that's a common problem. And interactions are not that good in third person mode. So it's mostly first person. You walk around, talk to people. And you do have a quest or main story that you can follow. You do have a journal. For every new location you find in the game, you get a journal entry. For instance, we found the marketplace earlier, and every time you find some new location, you get an icon in the lower right corner and the sound something writing down, so that you know, okay, now there's a new journal entry. In this case, it's a small flavor text. What the character saw and something like that. And then it's mostly walking around, looking at stuff. For instance, if you right click any item in the world, we get a bit of information about the item, basically what can you see on the item, and left click is interacting with it. In this case, reading what is on the text on that plaque. Yeah, and then it's just looking around. There are some issues at the moment that the distances of what is loaded in the game are not configured completely yet, so we do have holes in the background, but if you get closer to those mountains, these areas, they load in, causing a bit of pop-in, but it should be fixed at some point. Just need to go through and configure it a bit. Yep. Yeah, and now we have loaded more of the river here. And there are also some strange creatures here on this farm. Problem is, at the moment they're kind of naked, and I still need to figure out a way to give them their fur back. And I also need to fix their animations. They're a bit broken as well. Yeah, I mean, they're a bit cuter with fur on. They look a bit strange at the moment without fur. Especially the ones with orange or red glowing eyes look a bit menacing sometimes. The biggest issue at the moment is that the world is kind of empty. Most of this here is empty, and there's also a forest that's supposed to be here that I kind of killed at some point because I cut the big terrain apart into smaller tiles that made it easier to load stuff in, and I had to remove the trees for that. Because the trees are not generated by the terrain material, but I kind of painted them onto the terrain. So I need to redo those. It will also help that this is a bit less empty here. Even though it's still kind of empty, but the farms on the way are... most of them are empty apart from the farm we visited. And I need to put them back in and add real fields and people to the farms there. Here we found brewery, and one of our quest goals is done. We located that brewery. Now we just need to find the recipe and find a way back home to the big city. No. That's not good. Let's have a look around here anyway. Okay, I think I found the toilets, but not sure if any of these lead down into the basement or an area where we can find a recipe. And this one is locked. Okay. So I need to find a better way to get in here. And something happened. Okay. That was a bit strange. but looks like I'm still streaming and didn't drop any frames, so maybe it unloaded some part of the terrain that caused it. It's still a bit of an issue at the moment. We picked up that strange crystal at the start here, and this enables us to teleport around in the world. For instance, I can now teleport back to the market square, but this thing has an issue, so let's teleport to the east gate. One location was kind of broken. I need to fix that. And let's have a look. Okay, we don't have an innkeeper here, where we can pick up another quest. So let's go to the innkeeper ourselves. Should be up here. There he is. Okay, now we picked up another quest. And since we already were at the brewery, we can just teleport over there. Don't need to walk there anymore. Just teleport over here. And see, maybe we can convince this guy now. We have another dialogue option here. Okay, now we can go to the cellar because he gave us a key. Yay, we have a key. No, damn it. Sorry about that. There's some issues with my internet. It was completely gone yesterday and had some small issues earlier. Okay, it's quite dark here because the lighting is not built, and we don't have a light crystal. So yeah, okay. I need to build the lighting in here. Otherwise, this is a bit hopeless to walk around in the dark here. Unless we go back to town here. And use this thing. Because there are potions in the game that you can at some point brew yourself, and this one is a cat-eye potion. Lets you see in the dark. So let's run in here and not get stuck. And let's drink that potion. And now we can see in the dark. And in here we have a barrel of ale we can pick up. And oh, this is kind of unintentional, but we see some kind of strange shadows here. And if we use this, it doesn't work. They are supposed to be secret doorways here you need to open up with mechanisms, but the mechanism doesn't work. Oh no, now the potion is wearing off. I can still see them, that's not good. I think I need to fix a few things here, but let's get out of here. We do have the barrel we need for the innkeeper, so let's go back to town here. And bring that to the innkeeper. And if we check here, got beer quest, everything here is done, it's no longer in the list. And we have finished that quest basically. Yeah, that's the game. There's still a lot to do on it. And at the moment I'm working on the AI so they find proper ways around here and walk to their locations and stuff like that. But I'm not quite sure why the innkeeper isn't walking down here. Let's check his things here. So, okay, he doesn't have a pass line. I think I need to check that possibility. Oh, that's not in use at the moment. Okay. I wanted to check if this works. Let's go to simulate here. And let's see if they are patrolling around here properly. So I'm not quite sure what's happening here. I mean, the connection looks good so far on my end. But I had a complete internet outage yesterday, so it could have something to do with that. But I'm not 100% sure. Could also be on Twitch's end that it's kind of having issues at the moment. Not sure. Okay, this guy is just standing around. That's not good. He should be walking around here, going on his patrol route. Thank you. Why are you just standing around? What's your issue? Active task, none. Oh, I think I know why. Let's have a look at this here and okay, this is set to the active waypoint. So let's have a look in here. Oh, I know what the issue is. I changed the active waypoints to use locations at some point, but this is an older script here and it's using objects still, so might need to change this part here. I need to set this as a vector and then get the actor location, set that here. And do the same here. See if that works. This could cause issues here maybe, but let's try it anyway. I think you should be able to see this for this guard here. Okay, once she leaves the house properly. This is something I need to look into. If two people are leaving the house at the same time, one of them gets stuck, and I need to change this. Let's follow this guard around. Let's see what happens once he reaches the barracks. Okay, so now it works. It goes to that point and then goes patrolling around here. Even though that doesn't look correct. I think this is not set up correctly here. This should point to this point over here. It does. Okay. Strange. Let's move it here. So this one has patrol point 2 as its next step. This is patrol point 3. This is patrol point 4. So these are set up correctly. But there's some issue with them. Oh, wait. I think this is not set up correctly for this guy. Yeah. Can't open his own door. That's an issue. It's 24. What's his ID? Yeah, 24. Now I should be able to open his door. So now he's moving to this point up here. He's waiting, moving to this point. Waiting, and for some reason is moving back. So that's not correct. He's only moving between those 2 points, which is quite strange because it's set up differently. For a day job, I'm sitting around in an office. That's my day job at the moment. But I've been working on this game a lot of time in my free time because I had a lot of free time until recently. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is I was unemployed for a long time, and at the moment I'm still kind of unemployed. But I have to do kind of I wouldn't call it a job, but I need to sit in an office for a day, for most of the day, and sometimes do a bit of database management. It's not that the job is boring, it's that there's nothing to do on the job. And I'm not really getting paid for it, but I have to do it. That's kind of the issue. But this started at the beginning of this week, so before that I was completely unemployed and had a lot of time. And I used that time to work on the game. Okay, so there's something wrong in my code here. I need to figure out. I mean, one thing I can check. Let's figure out this. So he's okay. Now he's going back home. Okay, that's one thing I need to change. He shouldn't be walking home this way. I need to tell him to take the kind of the same way back that he took to get here. The point is I'm getting paid by the government because I'm unemployed mostly, and on this job I get paid what is it, €1.50 per hour, so that I'm getting accustomed to a working day again, basically. It's kind of hard to explain in English. It's something I have to do, otherwise I'm getting paid less, and this way I'm getting paid a bit more while I'm doing basically nothing most of the day during the week. And yeah, that's most of it at the moment. Okay, so the normal patrol, not patrol, but the random waypoints here do work, but my patrol doesn't work. So let's stop that and have a look why this doesn't work. So we check if that is valid. And if it isn't, maybe I need to add a failure state here to the cast failed. Sure. Let's check. So we have this array here of patrol points. Goes through that, and get the actor location. Then get the pawn location here and check a distance. So we basically get the nearest point to AI here. So the issue is this check here is always failing. I think that's what's happening. So it's trying to get this as an object that fails, and we get back to this. So I need to do something else here. So basically I need to check something else here at the beginning. Let's see. And this is also not working here properly, probably. They're doing fine. Okay, so I need to change this here. So every time I want to get this as an object, it will fail. Because I'm only saving this as a location. Yeah. The problem is I need to have this as a location, otherwise this here doesn't work, because we can only get the location at a pass point, as blind point, I think. Not sure if we can get this blind point here somehow. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So if this is not valid, I need to do at least this. Now we can also delete that one. have an idea how we can fix that. Let's add another key here. Waypoint actor, and this is my pass points. How did I call them? Pass patrol points. That's the name. And then we not take this one, but active waypoint actor. And if that is not valid, then we can work on this here. So this should be able to be that. And then we can change this here back to set them as an object. Okay. This should work. We just need to set the right key in here. So this is not active waypoint, but active waypoint actor. And the same here. Let's try that. Let's follow this guy again, because he's the one who should be patrolling there. Even though the guard here is walking to it, but it's not her time to patrol around here, so it's a bit of an issue because the game time's different than the usual start time, so she still thinks, okay, it's time for me to go on patrol and the game starts, but it's a time off already, and once she's here she checks again and noticed, oh, I'm not supposed to be here, and goes home. But this guy is doing his patrol around here, and this should work on him. Now he's walking towards that point. Let's see if it changes. Okay. Now he's doing the patrol route. Okay. So that part is fixed. Okay, there's something wrong here. Okay, it's just the order here that I need to change. This should point to this one and point to that one over here. Okay. Let's fix that. Oh, let's just switch out these points. Don't need to change the data. Okay. So now we need pass blinds for the bakers. And since they do have the same working location, I will just create one blind for both of them. So let's see, we need the pass blind. I think that's a bit too far. Just need it to be here, and then in there. And I think that should be enough. Oh, and this one needs to be in the right level. Okay, it is in town, so that's correct. Let's to the right subfolder here and give it a proper name. Let's move this a bit more here so that they are following there a bit better. Let's move it here. I mean, it doesn't matter much, because at the moment they're not following the spline correctly. They're just walking towards the spline points. So this doesn't... the rotation there doesn't matter. Tangent doesn't matter. Set this, and we need to change the waypoint manager for both of them, otherwise they would walk along the marketplace, and that's not what they should do. So let's copy a few these locations here. And let's set a waypoint manager here. I think the only tutorials I went through were the official Unreal Engine tutorials, and then I looked at random stuff at YouTube. I'm not quite sure if I followed any specific tutorial there. I think it was just random stuff here and there. But definitely go through the official Unreal Engine tutorials that they have in the documentation. Learn section here. No, I think it was the, see on the documentation, but it looks a bit different. They changed the layout. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's this one. Behavior tree, quick start. Yeah, I think it was this one that I was going through. This is... I think this is the follower. Move to... Let's have a look. Yeah, that's the follower thing. And then I changed the player location with something else and worked from there, basically. Figured out the rest of the stuff myself. So that's definitely a good start. One thing that I haven't really configured yet is the environment query system. That would be the next big step. The start of this I have already in with the sensing here. If I run the simulation here again, you can see that perception is already in, and every time we select the character here, you can see this thing that he saw another character, and for a moment this will stay, and then every time he sees a new character, it will change. For instance, these two here meet, and you could work with that, and once you see another character and he's at a specific distance, you can play an animation wave or something like that and work with that part. Okay, and here you see what I did wrong with my bakers. This baker here still has the villager AI, the standard waypoints to walk along, and haven't set up the waypoint manager for her correctly, so she's just walking along the marketplace, even though she should be walking along in here and not run around the marketplace. If we have a look at our smith here, there's something wrong with her. Quite sure why she's walking home. Maybe it's time for her to stop working. It's a bit strange in simulation mode that it can't really see the time. But if we set up this new object here, where did I put it? The waypoint manager. Pass blinds, pickups. Waypoints. Waypoint managers. Oh, I set it up here. Okay. This one has an array of elements here, so if we add those, I think we have before. Come on. Delete that. Now we have these locations in here. I will place them at better spots once I have the interior furnished, but at the moment I think that's fine. Let's go to the bakers. And let's switch out the villager with their own. Now this should work a bit better. There's still an issue that they walk through the door at the same time, so whoever is first is throwing the door in the face of the one that comes next. And that one gets stuck, but apart from that, it should work. Even though, let's see if we can get a fix for that. So at the moment I'm checking if this is basically the owner of the door, and then we open the door. If the owner is interacting with it, we open it. And if it's not locked, we can open it as well. Otherwise, nothing happens. So here we are opening the door. Yeah, here we are opening the door. I'm just rotating it at the moment. Might want to change that to kind of plain animation where it's moving a bit more and stuff like that, but it's fine for the moment. And it's also playing sound. Let's see. But the issue is it doesn't take into account that two people are walking through the door at the same time. Let's see. So if we begin overlapping, yeah, getting all this here. Then we open the door. Here, let's end overlapping, we close the door. So let's see. I mean, I could fix that by changing the whole system a bit. So, for instance, not do rotations here, but just set the door to use physics and kind of swing open. Then I think that would fix it. I'm not 100% sure though. Then I would need to enable physics. I might need to edit the door here to have to behave properly to physics, so it's not flying away but staying in place basically. Not quite sure if I need to add a bone to it and make it a skeletal mesh for that. I haven't done that yet, so I'm not sure. What's this? Let's give this a comment box. Okay, this is for the player. So the interaction for the player here. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. So like I saw one of the live streams, I think they did about physics interactions and stuff like that, so let's check. Okay, there was a timeline here. I'm setting the rotation myself. Then we have a delay here. Placing the door and trigger. Okay, they do a play matinee here. or a sequence now. I thought they also had something here for the physics. No, it's not there.
What's going on, everybody?
Let's see.
Now,
Not quite sure where this was. Oh, and for AI, this is also quite an interesting thing to watch, even though it might be a bit strange for if you just start out. But the live streams are also always a good thing to have a look at some point. Let's see. Oh no, this is really old stuff here.
hey everybody, welcome back. And in this
Yeah, and
video,
this is
we're going to
basically
be doing
doing
a little bit of
what we saw earlier, so okay, I can't find it now. But there was a way to just set the door to use physics, and then you basically run into it. It will fly open to a specific point that you can set, specific rotation at maximum, and then set it. But I'm not quite sure how to set this up here. And how to configure it then and stuff like that, so okay, we can lock specific rotations. And then enable physics for this. But I'm not sure if that will actually fix my problem. Another thing I could try is just change the size of the trigger box here. Even though this could cause more problems. With the setup I have at the moment. Let's just try that. No, it didn't help because she walked out and kind of slammed the door in his face. And now he's kind of stuck. Yeah, okay, the problem now is that he's already standing inside the trigger box, so he can't open the door anymore. That's an issue. Okay. Problem is I don't know how to check if another actor is colliding with it at the same time or a second later or even a tick later. So I mean, one thing I could try is no. Damn it. we don't have kind of an stay overlapped or something like that. Let's see, maybe we can find a solution to that somewhere. Let's not do it here. Okay, this doesn't help. Except from that. Okay, here we have something that's setting up a physics-based door. Kind of. So we need a physics constraint on this. Okay, let's check that. So let's add a component. physics constraint. And let's check this. So we want these to be limited, I think. Let's see. We want our rotation to be only, oh no, we need to set this. This is limited and these two are locked. So only rotation here. Okay. Then these two should be locked. To have those limited. By 90 degree. No, this looks kind of wrong here. Sure, maybe lock rotation on those two. Okay, the issue here is we can't set this to simulate physics without having a mesh. So once we set the mesh, we can do that to simulate physics.